guys, we're down here in Southern Oregon at White City, which is a local track down here in Southern Oregon. They host a lot of drifting events and track racing events. We're down here today for kind of an autocross type event on one of their smaller courses. We already did some hot laps this morning, just getting out, shaking down the cars. This is the first time I've had the car out in over a year on the new brake setup, which you saw in the last video, and a new alignment and a whole new setup with new wheels and tires and stuff. So it's been a good morning of shakedown runs. Cut now to the one of my last runs this morning. You can see that. So this afternoon, we have to take turns, running the start-finish line, and then later tonight, the timed runs will be under the lights from 7 to 10 p.m., which should be pretty cool. So yeah, it'll be a fun day. So there's a Hellcat that showed up here, and not only does it sound amazing, and if you're not following us on Instagram, check it out, we have stuff on our Instagram story, but this car, the guy thrashes it. We were talking to him earlier. He takes it down to Thunder Hill, he takes it to the drag strip all the time. Just here, give it a listen. It's awesome! Here we go. Doesn't get any more American than a C7 Vet with full American flag wrap. So pretty much the way the setup goes is you get waved onto track, and then you get 2 to 3 hot laps, and you can kind of pick, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this course. So you can choose to do the course in several different layouts. There's one that gives you a pretty high speed run down and a huge heavy braking zone if you want to do that and just kind of do the outsides of the lapping area, or you can do kind of more of a figure 8, which gives you a heavy braking zone still, but it gives you a lot more of a kind of testing for handling. The Corvette right now is doing more of the figure 8 stuff right now. Actually, no, he was doing the outside run, so that gives you the sense of the straight here. It's not super big, but it's big enough that you can get yourself into trouble if you lose the brakes under the heavy braking zones. But no, it's overall a really fun course. It's down here in White City, Oregon, outside of Medford, Oregon. If you have the chance to come down here and race this track, I definitely recommend it. It is extremely fun. And people who run these events are super laid back and chill, and you just have a fun time down here with your friends. And that's the most important part about being at the racetrack, is just having fun with your friends and getting to, race fun cars. That's the fun part of it. If you're not having fun, what's the point? So after a good day of running for the open sessions, we are getting ready for the actual timed event. The timed event is going to be taking place under the lights. You can see the lights and stuff out there on the track. So that's going to be pretty cool. I've never driven under the lights before. And the course we're doing, we kind of figured out what the plan was going to be. They weren't telling anybody, but we figured it out earlier today. And so we were able to get some practice sessions in on the course that we saw that we were going to be able to run. It's pretty fun. Not a whole lot of braking. A lot of just like little turn-in stuff. It'll suit really nimble cars. Stuff like the Hellcat from earlier might have some problems because it's a lot of turns. So the thing's not great in turns. It's great in straight line. So yeah, we're getting ready to go, and we might run as late as like 10 or 11 p.m. We don't really have a time limit out here, so it's gonna be cool. So let's kind of like walk through grid, and I'll show you some of the cars. So there's the S14. You can see some of the this Civic right here is really fast, stays really level. Several Corvettes here. This S2000 right here is pretty cool. Got like a Sparco Han seat in it and stuff. Guy's pretty fast. This STI right here, it is fully stripped out on slicks, and the dude has put down some pretty serious lap times. So that'll be a very competitive car. Got another Corvette. There's Marshall. Hi, Marshall. Several MR2s here. Probably some other cars you might have saw in some of the footage earlier. Got the RX-8 Fox body. There's the Hell Kitty again. Yeah, and then we got like the Flintstones kind of Miata up here. This thing is pretty interesting. It's a pretty unique setup on Miata. A lot of big Miata fans might take a little bit of offense to this, but I think this thing is pretty cool. Yabba dabba do, huh? So yeah, that's the setup, and we'll get going here shortly. So this is the night autocross, and as you can see, we got all the lights and stuff set up. We've got lights everywhere. There's an RX-8 out there running right now. Yeah, it's definitely very challenging running under lights. I've never done this kind of thing before. It's extremely challenging in terms of vision and trying to find a line. The biggest thing is trying to get heat in the tires. That has been incredibly difficult. Yeah, so it's getting pretty dark and it's getting harder to record. So that's a wrap for this episode of Time Attack Hack. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a ton of fun coming down here to White City and doing all this filming and participating. Check out Siskiyou Sports Car Club on Facebook and check out their Rogue Challenge series. If you're in Northern California or Southern Oregon, you should really check them out. They do a lot of cool events and stuff. Their endurance racing stuff is amazing. Yeah, so check it out. And then don't forget to follow Time Attack Hack on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube where you're watching this. Thanks, guys.